It turns out recording a video is much more successfully done if you turn your microphone on, as I am learning. So, I am here with my week 2 of the VBLS Season 10 draft. It is not a significant improvement on last week's matchup. I am strongly considering making serious transactions to my team, and if I lose this game in a way which feels pretty decisive, I think I will probably make some serious transactions to this team. So, my opponent, Ryan O'Giggs of the Dublin Dondozos? I think? I don't remember their team. It's Ryan O'Giggs. So, Thun T, Great Tusk, the Premium Disquake Core, Gudra, Spooky Pokemon, Basculegion, very terrifying. Also Typhlosion with the funny eruption. So they have like a Sun core and then also like the Praxter Rain core. They have like one of the best in Trick Room setters. With Orthworm as their slowest Pokemon, which is not particularly slow. Orthworm does synergize decently with a lot of these Pokemon. It allows them to follow up to Great Tusk pretty well. And then there's, yeah, like... Scyther is pretty spooky. These 3 Eviolite mons are all pretty decent. I kind of expect something like maybe this and one of the Eviolite mons, but it really could genuinely be anything. I'd say Duxbloom's the least likely, and it's still honestly pretty likely. Though I would be surprised to see both of these Pokemon on the same team. So, Power Hub Dragapult with Phantom Force. This is one of my like main damage dealing options. And then everything else is like, everything is just so defensive. I have to go so bulky and so defensive for this matchup. So Decidueye, Terraflying with Brave Bird, because that's the only thing that lets it threaten Scyther. Triple Arrows and Leaf Blade are pretty okay into the rest of it. It is walled by Thun, which is a problem. Then I've got, you know, strong Utility Umbrella to take Eruption or Hydro, I think it is. Jinx, Slazzle also can take a Hydro. It does have that fake out option. Castrodon can help like stem back the tide of the, especially physical versions of Basculegion, because it can really run either. Solgen, it's especially defensive. It just cannot afford attack this game. This game plan is, you know, it's definitely not an easy game. Yeah. So we'll see what my opponent brings. I kind of, you know, I feel like their speed and their tempo is very strong, and mine is not as strong. This one is walled by Orthworm completely. Chilling Water is just... not having Skull is definitely... You too, friend. Okay. The Sun and the Rain came, and Scyther, so no Intimidate. That's good. I had originally had Prep with Adrenaline Orb. Oh, I'm on the Mention A to Z channel. Thing. That's a mistake. I meant to do this on my regular draft game one, but I'll just get the games done and then switch that up. I did not mean to open team sheets. Okay. So this is the game one, so I'll actually know what's going on in this game. No Gudra, right? No Gudra, no Stantler, no Leafeon, no Darkspawn, no, there's Scyther. Is this 6 Pokemon? It is. Yeah. No water resist, but the damage output of my water type is not amazing. The Phantom Force is likely to get a KO into any mon that isn't Orthworm, which is nice. I am tempted to go with like a Jinx Dragapult, Jinx being Salazzle, Salazzle Dragapult lead, and then bring Clivor's not amazing here. I guess Gastrodon and Decidueye in the back. trying to anticipate them leading Thund and well, if it's not it's not Basculegion, it's pretty good. If it is any of the other ones, it's fine. I guess this has the best matchup into Grey Tusk and Orthworm, both of which I kind of struggle into with my other Pokemon. So I think that that means it is the Decidueye. Otherwise, yeah, I think I struggle quite hard into Orthworm. Okay. That definitely makes me think the Thundurus is going to click Sunny Day. So I want to Dragon Dance here. I want to go for the Fake Out, and I want to Dragon Dance. If we learn that this is Covert Cloak, that's good information to have. If I get paralyzed by Wild Bolt Storm, it is what it is, right? They went for Thunderwave. Okay. Can I not get paralyzed? So I can Terra Flying and go for the Phantom Force into Thundurus. I could also Dragon Dance again. I don't hate it, but I feel like Thundurus is probably going to do something which does damage to me. I could go into Gastrodon in this slot and Phantom Force the Thundurus. The idea is that this covers a Thunder Wave play and it doesn't take as much damage from electric play. Now, it could be, you know, I could die, but depending on what their investment is on Great Tusk, it's possible that my Dragapult is faster. I just don't want to get Wild Bolt Stormed. That does suggest it has some bulk on it, taking 3%, because we see here that the Fake Out should normally be doing about 4. And now I'm pretty sure we expect Phantom Force to... Do we really not expect Phantom Force to KO Thund? Oh, this is a really bulky version of Thund. Yeah, okay. I wouldn't expect it to KO such a bulky version of Thund. Apparently we'll KO most versions of Thund. Wouldn't KO most versions of Thund, rather. Okay. Are we expecting the +1 Acro to pick up that? No. We are expecting a Helping Hand Acro to KO, though. Not reliably. So that makes me want a Chilling Water and Protect. I did not get the Protect off. I probably died of that Earthquake now. Okay, they went for Knockoff, despite the fact that... yeah, I mean, if they go for Wild Bolt Storm, both my Pokemon likely get KO'd here. Terra Ground is just not helpful. So if they don't Wild Bolt Storm, I think my best play is to go for the Terra Flying and Acrobatics the Great Tusk. This is playing around the Thundurus, Grass Knotting the Gastrodon again. Okay. That's a decent position. The Grass Knot, I believe I still live. Do we think that this Chilling Water Gastrodon picks up? We do not. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Not getting that Protect off was really rough. If I'd gotten that Protect off, I would be at, well, I'd be at 54% instead of 1%. But the defense EVs are really paying off, because I bulked this mon out quite hard. That Chilling Water did no damage. Does that tell us anything about the Great Tusk? Is it Assault Vest? It does seem like it may be Assault Vest. Is that Assault Vest with special defense investment? That seems like it may be. It may be Assault Vest with some extra special defense investment as well. I don't know what they're deliberating. Okay, I think they must have been calcing something. They've got the full Simpsons nickname themes on. I kind of expect them to Sunny Day here. I think I doubled the Typhlosion with Earth Power and Phantom Force. Okay, now they went for Grass Knot then. Okay. This is not too bad. It's not amazing, right? But I don't think it's game losing at this point. They still got a last mon, which is probably not going to be good for me. But I do have that option for Fake Out. Obviously, if they Terra Ghost and Eruption here, that's not going to be great for me either. And my Thund matchup isn't amazing. We haven't revealed this last move yet, though. Did we learn anything about that Gastrodon, from that Eruption into Gastrodon? $29, so that seems like it might be more damage than Modest Scarf does. You have Protect. So that makes me want to Sludge Bomb and Protect here. Are they like charcoal? I kind of expect both of these Pokemon to die at this point as well. Yeah, I think Decidueye probably still dies. We get to see Thundurus click something. We also got some idea of the damage that... so they may have some bulk, which it would make sense, the speed creep and all that. Probably creeping Bruxish. Then revealed Terra, and I have... The Thunder Wave is definitely an issue. Maybe I should be focusing down Thundurus more. Okay. Do they Wild Bolt Storm? They do. Okay, and do we see if the Triple Arrows gets the KO here? It does. Okay, cool. So we at least get the information on what their last Pokemon is. They get definitely some idea about my bulk investment. That suggests to me that they don't have a single target fire move, or that they are choiced. Both of which are, you know, information to know. Alright. I am not going to reveal anything else. I could Protect. There's no reason not to Protect, right? I learned something about Basculegion if I click Protect. I had like a Tailwind plan for this matchup, which it doesn't seem is going to be particularly consistent. It is Aqua Jet, and I don't know why it's clicking that. I just Triple Arrows the Thund. Yeah, no reason to reveal. Okay, so that does seem like adaptability then, right? Dude, all of these sets are special. Okay, Aqua Jet. Doing 13, so we definitely are thinking that it's like adamant. I mean, we're surely thinking that it's adaptability, right? 9.1. Even then, it seems like that is item boosted as well. Okay, that's good information to have. I don't know if it's something I could do much with, but it's information, right? There was a point where I was considering sending out Toxic Spikes earlier. So the Dragapult lead, not working out. It makes me think it might be the Tailwind and Amorous lead. Maybe paired with Cleavelorn? Just in that early game, and then using Dragapult and Decidueye in the late game. I mean, I'm getting pre-rolled at this point, right? I need to do something. So we're pretty sure that something is going on with this. Oh, is it the post damage? Is that why? I'm not sure. No, reveal protect. It's not choice. What am I saying? So the Typhlosion's probably charcoal, and it doesn't seem like it has a single target fire move. I wonder what its other options are. Or at least I was surprised to see them go for eruption if they do have a single target fire move. Yeah, like if I see the same Great Tusk Thundurus lead, I Terra Ground and Tailwind and go for the Stone Axe Stealth Rock. It's annoying that it fails if it misses and also if it hits into Protect. Okay, so we go for the Terra and Tailwind, and we go for Stone Axe here. I think maybe I should technically be doing it into Great Tusk because it's less likely to protect, but oh well. We expect that. No, we don't really expect a Terra Blast double up, like a Moonblast Terra Blast double up into Great Tusk to KO. So that's a bit awkward. If it's Rock Slide, it may go for that as well. Here comes the big axe. I believe I have speed specifically for... Oh, must have been something slightly faster than Basculegion, but yeah, the idea was that I would have speed for Basculegion. If I get Stealth Rock up through Stone Axe, then Typhlosion becomes less strong with Eruption. They haven't set the weather up yet. Okay, that's bad. That's bad. Do we see a Heavy Slam, and if so, into which slot? Okay, we see an Iron Head into there. So we're definitely going for Earth Power. I used to have... I mean, we're definitely going for Earth Power there, and I think we're definitely still going for Stone Axe into Thundurus. Like, I kind of expect neither of these Pokemon to get KO'd, right? Which is not great. I was, like I said, I don't know if I said it, I was considering Stone Axing... No, I think I did mention the thought process about theoretically Stone Axing the Great Tusk. Because we do 100% expect the Assault Vest Great Tusk to live this Earth Power. Also, if that was a Heavy Slam, that would have KO'd. I don't know if it learns Heavy Slam, or if it would be 120, but... The damage is... Okay, are they going for the Iron Head into... Okay, great. Thanks. That's just... Okay. That's... Ay. Yeah, I mean, I think that's me losing the game with that turn. I don't know if I have the ability to play this game. Like, getting that miss there is just awful. That's so bad. That full power. I mean, they had a relatively impactful full power last game as well, because I think that my Dragapult was in a much better position because it was faster at +1 than the Basculegion. Yeah, dude, that full power is just awful. It's just not fun. Paralysis is definitely not super fun to play around, and I definitely did a bit of that last season as well. Maybe I should have... No, that couldn't have... I'm slower because of the paralysis. No Stone Axe rocks. They Thunder Wave me with the Typhlosion now, and I just lose. Great. I think I have to protect the Decidueye. And Stone Axe again. But they're going to protect the Typhlosion this turn. Yeah, I still think I have to protect the Decidueye and Stone Axe Thund. Or do I double Thund? I might double Thund with triple arrows and Stone Axe. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my gee. Okay. Okay. No, honestly, I kind of just want to quit Pokemon at this point, dude. Draft is just not some of the mental aspect of draft is so unfun, especially when you have like this dog shit theme. You know, there are definitely aspects of Kleavor that made it tempting of Samurott. Samurott is just altogether a good Pokemon, and Kleavor is like a Pokemon that can do stuff sometimes, which is an incredibly different position and type of Pokemon to have. God. Okay, does the Wild Bolt Storm connect? Okay, no, they couldn't possibly miss the Wild Bolt Storm either. Okay, I understand that would have been too much, you know. I have to get a double protect through Para, and then the Phantom Force needs to Oko crit the Typhlosion. Just, you know, they have a good team, and then they also are getting lucky, which just feels really crap, because I think that I made, you know, like, I mean, you know, I was getting in positions where I was doing okay, and then, I don't know, I definitely should have gone for, okay, cool. Didn't even get the chance to. Whatever. I mean, who needs to play the game, right? They couldn't miss a Wild Bolt Storm. No, that would have been too much. Okay. Dude. Draft is just absolutely cancer sometimes. I'm not letting this get to the next game. I'm dropping. Enamorus is terrible. If you have one takeaway from the series, do not draft this Pokemon at like 21 points. If we look at the VBLS thing, it is significantly worse than Gyarados, and let's see where Gyarados is sitting. Like, it is obnoxiously frail. It does nothing, it dies, and then it will do no, like, it just does not, like, advance the game state. Because its abilities are gimmicky cheese that don't actually... 14 points. 14 points. Yeah, no, just dropping this team. Yeah, I mean, getting unlucky on top of that, but I probably still lost, right? Alright, I will have a bit of a post thing. I didn't even bring the weather. I had the Pashu Berry. I don't know. It's like, I don't... What do I even comment on at that point? Like, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I definitely could have Stone Axed into the Great Tusk, right? Let's look at what the calc is saying about this. Kleavor, Stone Axe into Great Tusk, and let's make sure that it's clicked the Terra Steel. Yeah, it looks like if I did hit 2 Stone Axes into Great Tusk, it would have been dead. The Thundurus may have been Sash. We didn't see an item from it this game. I hope it's Wide Lens. I'd feel less bad if it was Wide Lens. We don't know what the Typhlosion item was, but it didn't seem to be Cloak because they did click Protect. I think it was probably Charcoal. Maybe like Wise Lens or something. Yeah, the Assault Vest there. It just feels... your opponent doesn't even have to respect you enough to bring 3 Pokemon. That feels just like, okay, well, I'm that bad at the game, huh? My opponent didn't even have to bring 3 Pokemon. They could just bring the 1 guy, and then that was the series. That, like, I don't know. Maybe they did have Scyther or Orthworm in the back. It's possible. I didn't bring Prep for them. I didn't really get the chance to use it. Maybe this is what I should have done when I had Thundurus back in Daddy Plan Part 2. Yeah. So turn 1. Let's go turn by turn. The Fake Out and the Dragon Dance, I think, was correct. We wound up seeing that even after 1 Dragon Dance, I just wasn't doing enough damage. The turn 2, I mean, the aggro, it's fine. I just was more reliant on Helping Hand and then not positioned for it. The turn 2, I think my switch was correct.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey mate, how are you doing?
Um,
I'm sure you've had better. Is it evening or night time now for you? Even at the moment?
yeah,
I'm
it
sure
was
you've had
about
better
8
Sunday
p.m.
evenings.
It's definitely a bit later in my time.
Yeah. Sorry, I closed my laptop and opened it back up there. Could you grab the replays? Just
Yeah,
because it sounds like
I've
kicking
got
off.
them. I'll be dropping them when I drop the video.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Cool. Yes, this was a series.
It was.
I'm
We both had
dropping.
6 Pokemon and pick 4.
I need to massively change my
Oh.
team.
Okay.
My
I'm dropping there.
draft is awful. I think Enamorous needs to go immediately. This Pokemon is god awful.
Yeah.
I'll send you
I
my
don't like
pace.
speaking too much on other people's drafts, just because. Sorry, I'll show you mine as well.
Yeah.
Just give me 2 seconds.
I intuited a
but
few of the
yeah.
things. Were you Covert Cloak on Thundurus?
I wasn't. I
Were
was
you
actually
Wildlands?
just a berry.
You want Wildlands? You were
I was,
what
no,
the 20?
I was a berry.
Okay. I mean, you know,
Mate,
you just hit all
people
of the
don't
Thunder Waves
mismove
and Wild Bolt
against
Storms. 95%
Yeah,
is
people don't
nowhere near as accurate as 80, right?
No, not at all. Sorry, so a few of them EVs.
You weren't even you were
It was a
Pinchberry.
bit of a lazy weekend. Yeah.
I mean, you got pretty. That was a Scarf Aquajet. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, sorry, so at the end of that game there, it was just more about trying to not give you that I was Scarf, because my whole plan was to try and weaken your team as much as possible to win with physical Scarf last resorts at the end.
Should just
it
Thunderwave
worked
then,
well.
right?
Yeah, but I found that in some of my mocks, because I was leading with Thundurus a lot, it was going down at times, and I just needed...
No, I
extra
meant...
speed at times.
I meant
Oh, sorry.
instead of Aquajet.
Yeah, I could have. That would also have made sense.
Because Aquajet
But,
may not have picked up, but yeah.
Yeah, well, the way that I had it was, I think I knew that both my mons were faster, and if Aquajet didn't pick up the grass, that was going to. So I was just using 2 moves that I knew were going to pick up. But yeah, no, that was just an information game at the end there.
Yeah, that was why I went for the Protect.
Yeah, and then I think you'll notice just on 1 or 2 of my moves, like for example, if you look at the Scyther or obviously the Thundurus, it was kind of just like, I knew you're going to bring Grassodon, and it was just like, which one of my mons are going to have that random grass move that's going to try and catch it out. So,
I had to bring Gastron, but I had no idea what to put on it. I had the Terra Ground, and then it's like Chilling Water, because Hydro Pump sucks, but Chilling Water also sucks.
Yeah.
I definitely, like Gastro hasn't been amazing, but that's not because it's bad.
Yeah.
Not getting
I think
rocks up
something like
just felt
Gastro-
so bad.
Yeah, no, that was such an unlucky miss.
that full para on the Zul'jin turn 2.
Yeah.
And then missing it didn't matter because this Typhlosion was already in. But like, you know, kill would have been nice, right? I mean, you know, that was the difference between Zul'jin being alive and Zul'jin being dead, right?
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
To the eruption, I mean. And then like, obviously, yeah, if Thundurus was dead, that would have been nice.
Yeah, it usually is. I have to say, I'm having so much fun using it in the 2 games I have used it in. It was just
I mean, you've had a good game so far. So much Terra Steel. It was Charcoal, okay.
So much Terra Steel. It's just, it's like, obviously I picked it up, I was kind of later.
Bulldoze Orthworm.
So it's nice to kind of get the... Sorry?
Bulldoze on Orthworm, that's wild.
Yeah, so that was just kind of like, there was a moment in one of the games where I was running up against, what was it again?
Salazzle?
And I can't, no, it was literally, it wasn't doing any damage, it just took 1 speed tier off, and then I was able to eat, I think it was actually maybe the Typhlosion Eruption, I was against something, and it was just the Bulldoze won, and then...
Fair enough, yeah, you had Protect. I thought that Shed Tail definitely could come, because Typhlosion loves having a Shed Tail in front of it.
Oh yeah.
And it's not like Basket
you know
Edition or Great Tester.
I brought Ortworm, and I built around like bringing Ortworm with Shed Tail and this and that, and then like I played a game with it, and it just never came.
Yeah, but it's fine to have that as a switch up, right? Rather than it's definitely not a default.
Absolutely.
I mean, no cloak feels something. Feels something.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, okay?
I did live Swift Swim Bascule. I didn't live Adapto Bascule with Salazzle. Kind of Pashu Berry. but
Oh, very
the Scarf adaptability was definitely a bit much. Did have Terra Grass theoretically for it, but yeah.
Yeah, as I said, I think it was just more, maybe it was just such a small, such a small sample size, but I just found that the Scarf cleanup with Last Respects at the end of the game,
definitely not bad.
It had helped. No, not at all. I didn't know Salazzle got fake out. I know that's such a bad thing.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's why you didn't have Cloak. Fair enough.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Do you know when you're like, you do something so wrong it's right? At times, that's...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe I should have faked out the Thundurus. I feel like faking out the Great Tusk was wound up being correct, and then I didn't bring Salazzle game 2, so...
Yeah, I think for game 2 myself as well, I just decided not to switch it up. I was it was in between. I was like, okay,
yeah, I mean,
you're gonna switch it up. Am I gonna switch it up?
You did incredibly strong on game 1. I don't see why you would switch it up.
Yeah.
I mean, all you had to do was get, you know, like you had the full para on my Protect in game 1, which wound up just making Dragapult dead, which was pretty rough. And then, I mean, you know, like Thunderwave just puts the game so heavily in your advantage, because not only do you get speed control, you also get positioning control. I really miss having a good Prankstermon.
Yeah.
Or just good Pokemon.
I was really afraid you're gonna bring Brooks Fish for Dazzling, because I completely forgot about it, and it was only when I played against someone I Thunderwave I was like, oh my god, I can't use priority moves.
If I brought it, it probably would have been Scarf with Strong Jaw in this matchup.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, that's fair.
Mostly because Dazzling is something that you can sometimes just get away with threatening. Yeah. And like, I needed damage into this team.
Dazzling is just so... Oh man, I just feel like Brooksfish is just a forgettable mon sometimes. I just forget about it.
I don't know. I quite like it, but
yeah,
it's definitely like frail. So much of my team is just obnoxiously frail, which is just the overall
issue. If you don't
issue.
mind me asking, what are you thinking of changing?
I have no idea. I just need to drop this stuff. None of it works. You know, I've looked at a few different things. I looked at like, oh, what if I kept up similar mons, but and then like maybe picked up dropped some of the stuff and got like Taurus for Intimidate with like a random 1-point Trick Room mon. At this point, I think I just need to drop an Amorous, consider dropping Iron Treads, consider dropping Dragapult, consider dropping Salazzle, and then just like, you know, really hack into the team.
I understand that completely. I feel like there's a few monsters, for example, like I feel like Treads is really good. I feel like Enamorous maybe. I think you're right.
I mean,
when I looked at
you know, if I brought Treads last week, it did nothing and died. If I brought Treads this week, it also did nothing and died. Like,
yeah,
Treads is a mon that is occasionally good, but you know, I don't know. You know, it was 17 points, whereas 21 points for Enamorous, who is only ever good on paper and is not shown the ability to be good on practice.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it was that much. I actually run Treads in a separate league, and it's only 12 points. So.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean, 12 is probably similar-ish if that caps at 18, but.
I think it's 20 as well. But
okay. Yeah. No.
I'd say Cleavor is the one that I've only realized through Draft League how many. I think every Draft League team I've made, I feel like most teams I play against, every team has just this rock weakness.
For sure. For sure.
I feel like I need to pick this up next year.
No, Cleavor's bad. Get a rock type that has an accurate rock move.
And which one's that? Terra Blast Rock?
Glamora. Power Gem.
Glamora.
Just any special rock type. I think there's Accelerock as well on Lycanroc. I think that's the whole list.
I like Lycanroc.
Miascarada has he's a special rock type with Power Gem.
Oh yeah. I feel like if you get Lycanroc, it's just like, oh, do I get Tyranitar? And if you get Tyranitar, it's like, oh, do I have to get Garchomp now for the Bright Powder stuff? And it's just like, I don't really like those three together. But I can see myself like drafting them one by one if it dipped into that.
I think Lycanroc's okay.
Anyway. Yeah, no, I like it. I like it.
Maybe I should just have a Sand team. Maybe that's the solution. I feel like I'm running into other teams who are Pokemon who like are built around like cheating, whereas then my Pokemon are all like, except for Iron Treads, just straightforward normal Pokemon, and that's just not been good.
You're just too honest. You're just too honest. Spam Thunderwave.
Like there's Booster Energy, right? Booster Energy is one of like probably the strongest cheaty thing, right? But then beyond that, you know, I don't have Intimidate on my team because this version with Taurus is not my actual team. Like, I don't have Intimidate. I've got, like, what? Regular, like, normal speedish dual screens. It's a relatively fast Pokemon, but slower than plenty of other ones. And it's not like it's a particularly bulky one. I've one Fake Out Mon, which is definitely some cheat, right? And Dazzling is definitely some cheat as well, and Storm Drain can be some cheat. But it didn't do anything. Therefore, it must be bad.
Yeah, well, I think one of the things I looked for when I looked at your team was like, you know, if an Amorous is your #1 pick, and you kind of you expect it to be dealing like a serious amount of damage, but then like, if you want to go Tailwind, it needs to set up a turn for Tailwind.
Yeah.
You know,
you just calc any of the damage numbers that an Amorous does, and you realize that it doesn't KO Pokemon that are weak to its stabs.
Yeah.
Even, I mean, you slap the Assault Vest on, but even without the Assault Vest, you would have lived that Earth Power, which means you would have died to a Moonblast from full. But like, you would have lived that Earth Power. It has 87, is it? No, 53 base special defense. 53. That was a stab super effective move into a Pokemon with 53 special defense, and it did like, it wouldn't have KO'd without the Assault Vest, or maybe it would have been a roll.
Yeah.
And Amorous is just awful.
I'm starting to get this Amorous hate. I'm starting to roll with it now. I won't lie.
The Therian one's probably okay because it's bulky, right? It's fine to KOing Pokemon reliably if you don't get consistently OHKO'd, but it does.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my concern. Like, I did not feel like I was playing this game against you. Like, the decisions I made were generally not very impactful, and then like what decisions were like in a position where they could have been impactful wound up getting full parrot.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Look, I know there's a whole lot of RNG, but it actually sounds like you're also kind of a bit in your own head with this team at the moment, and I think you're right with maybe sitting down and having a look and seeing where you want to go forward with it.
I mean, I definitely am making transactions. I'm going to try and make them before this week.
That's a lot of points. Like an Amorous, you know, I know we're saying, oh, he's like, you know, one of your big point monsters. It just means you get to pick another one now. Do you know what I mean? There's some good things still left on the board. So
for sure. I mean, Iron Hands is at 25. You know, look, yeah, definitely a watch this space.
Iron Hands was my #1 pick if it was just like regular season. Sorry, last year where it was 1 to 20.
You are. I just realized coming through very quiet. Let me turn the volume up there.
Oh, sorry, my headset's a bit. Yeah, so last year, I saw Iron Hands being used to just such great extent. I was like, I need it this year, but when I saw the extra 5 points added on, I was like,
I think it's worth it. I'm definitely considering it.
Yeah. I really wish I got it as well. Like, I see it doing so well in like other leagues I'm in as well. So
I was in another league, and like Iron Hands basically carried me entirely by itself until I ran into like a Chi-Yu lead that matched up perfectly into me, and then they just like in playoffs, round 1 of playoffs, all of my Pokemon, all combinations of my Pokemon were just OHKO'd by their Pokemon at lead. So that was fun. But outside of that, Iron Hands is quite good.
Yeah, I'm also very I think just because when I'm laddering as well, I'm kind of using a Dozaguri team at the moment. So
one of those people.
I have this thing. One of those people. But it was so when I go up against Iron Hands, the first thing I'm like, oh my god, how do I beat this? So maybe I just have this also like extra affinity to like.
Oh, it's a good one. Like, I mean, I think it's a phenomenal Pokemon.
It does so much. Like, I was helping my friend Mock for a game, and he has Iron Hands, and he pulled out the booster defense.
Yeah. I used that. I spammed that. I must have used that like 3 or maybe 4 times with the body press Iron Defense with the defense booster, or the attack booster, and then still the Iron Defense body press, just so that the attack booster does damage, like immediate damage with Thunder Punch. It's dumb. Body press is such a strong thing, and like you can just slap rest on it. You know, it doesn't matter if Drain Punch isn't getting KOs because rest will restore you anyways, right?
Yeah, no, I really want to see it pick up that mod now. I think that
I don't know. It may not be what I go for, but it's definitely something that's on the table. But yes, thanks everyone for watching this game. We'll probably maybe something else also. But yeah, definitely thanks Ryan for being on as well.
No bother at all. Thanks for the game.